Good evening, Facebook Live. Les Hill from Less is More Coaching. How are you guys doing tonight? Tonight's lesson and tips and techniques is on speaking. And tonight, in case you're wondering, I have two cameras. One doing live for live for Facebook, and one doing live recording that I can upload to YouTube. So if you see me look away, I'm looking at the other camera lens. So I'm playing the game with two to see how it works. Would appreciate any feedback. Let me know what you think. How's the volume? How does it look? Do I look a little weird going back and forth between these two cameras? Are they close enough to make it work? That's what I want to know. And I would appreciate your feedback. All right, let's get started. Now, that's a starter word. A lot of people, when they're speaking, start off with a myriad of things. My name's Les Hill, and tonight I'm going to be talking about speaking, and so let's get started. Inattentive, not present. When I walk up and get present and listen to who I'm speaking to, listen to the audience. And by listening, what I mean is not necessarily that they're making noise, but I'm looking at the responses. I'm listening for who's in the audience. And when I start, I want to be clear. I want to be focused. I want to start off with something that's either humorous, jump right to a point, maybe even start off with a question. Get people engaged. Clearing your throat, standing being jittery. Yes, I'm sitting down for this. A lot of people will cross their arms, they'll put their hands in their pockets, they will do things that look like they're protecting themselves from something, whether it be nerves, all of that. Relax. You're there. Remember, there are many techniques that have been taught in the past on how to speak to audiences. Many times they've taught you to look out to the back of the room about 3 or 4 inches above the back heads and speak there. No, that is a myth. Find somebody, connect with them, and deliver to that person as if you were speaking just to that person. What happens is the group will feel your connection. They will sense it. Then, after a short period of time, move to another person. The mistakes some people make in speaking are they bounce, and it's hilarious to watch. They go from this person to this person to this person to this person and back. This person, this person, this person, this person. Got to do the front of the room. Got to do the back of the room. And they never connect. Their speech ends up being jumpy. It ends up being disconnected. Literally like they're not engaged. They're not real. They're not authentic. They're not being vulnerable. In teaching coaches and coaching coaches and training speakers and coaching speakers over the past decade and a half, what I have found is most people want to fill the space with words, noise, and fillers. What do I mean by fillers? No, I don't know. That's why I'm here. So, Okay then. My favorite, and the one that I'm going to leave you with the biggest tip that I could possibly leave you with around speaking, is the word but. B-U-T, but. Why is this so bad? Over the next few days, I challenge you to listen into conversations with an extra thought process. When somebody says but, listen to the sentence they were just speaking in and why are they saying but. I want you to consider that everything they said in the sentence that was right before the but is a lie. It's completely negated by the but. What is following is going to be the truth. It is going to be the holdup. It is going to be the breaks to the point they made right before the but. A great example. If you're with a significant other and you look at the significant other and you say, honey, I love you, but what are they waiting for? In that moment, they are waiting for what comes after the but. They are listening for the story that is now going to be in the way of you truly loving them. It is the thing that is wrong with them, that is inadequate, the difficulty. But is a very powerful word. It stops the action. Then there are the tricky people. Yeah, I know that but is a bad word. I use however. Nah, just another fancy one. Consider this. End your sentence. Finish it. Let a bit of silence happen. Let the impact of what you just said land in the conversational environment of the room. I love you. One of the things that I think we should work on that recently has come to my attention and move into the conversation. A very, very different effect. Silence. When you are speaking, a speaker's most powerful tool is silence. Why do I say that? I say that in the thousands of speeches, meetings, trainings that I have delivered since 1987, silence is the thing that got the most attention from every single person in the room. Now, some of you may be going, well, yeah, Les, maybe if you talked about a topic that people were interested in, maybe if you were flamboyant enough, engaging enough, if you had good data, if you had good PowerPoints, or you had good, people would listen more. Nope. Done that, been there, had all of that. Silence had every single person in the room stop doing whatever they were doing and look up at me. You might ask yourself why. I'll tell you why. First off, they're thinking, oh, is this person done? Better look up, better engage, get ready to clap. I've actually watched people's hands come up to start clapping. And once I had every single person in the room's attention, I continued. And those people that had not been engaged became engaged. A very, very powerful tool. Another tool that I'm not going to be able to demonstrate very well with these cameras and in this small office space with people in other rooms is the volume and the speed of my speech. If I'm shouting, it has an impact. In fact, some people actually will cower in their seat and they're in the back of the auditorium. When I whisper, I have literally watched people lean forward. Like the extra 6 inches or foot that they're leaning forward is actually going to have them physically hear me better. Very interesting phenomenon. I used to work at the Renaissance Festival in Minnesota. And for 13 years, I was Lord Lester, the wine master of the Renaissance. And I remember for the first year or two, I would stand on stage and I would have to bellow my voice over the crowd to get them to quiet down to start. I was in a church-like area that was open on all sides. And to get people to shh and stop. When the joust was yelling and screaming, 50 feet to my left, entertainers were 50 feet to my right. It was very, very interesting. Now, for years, all I did was try and scream louder than the rest of them. And why I tell you this story is something happened and I was trained by a mother in one of the sessions I did when I was losing my voice at the end of the day. And the mother came up to me after the show and said, Les, I know you have another show in an hour. I want you to try something. You have great volume. Once you have all of us, you go up and down and up and down. And then when you try to tell us to be quiet and you tell us to hush, or as in the Renaissance days, it's, and a hush fell over the crowd. Hush. And I never really learned because I would yell that. The mom came up to me and she said, try something. Come to the edge of the stage and start just going shh, shh, shh. And what happened was a miracle. The whole crowd turned, looked, and started to get quiet. Now, why? You'd think volume. I was in the military. Loud, staccato, yeah. Attention. No. What it was all of these things trigger something in the mind. So volume can be used to play with the mind in speaking. And what happened was in going shh, 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 what I was triggering was the noise a mom or a dad would make rocking their baby in their arms to get them to sleep. And it operated on the subconscious and it impacted everyone. It was a miracle. It really was. And I learned a valuable lesson that day. How much volume doesn't play a part. How you can be loud in many ways, not just in volume. And that will conclude tonight's session and also lead us into the next session, which is going to be about body language tomorrow night. Thank you. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming and joining me. Those of you that were on Facebook Live, I will go through and acknowledge you. I didn't see anything of what you have written. I appreciate you coming. Those of you watching from YouTube, thanks for being a part of my subscription. And if anybody has any questions or wants any further contact to ask about a topic or have me talk on a topic, please give me a call. My number is 612-867-0104. And if you have a spare moment, go visit my website. My website is www.les, with one S, L-E-S, Hill, H-I-L-L, .info, I-N-F-O. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much, and God bless.